Filipino. Zeke Black is in the building. Zeke Black is in the building. Today's show is dedicated to 50 Cent, man. He's doing the Kanan stories coming out soon. He's gonna show a lot of footage of what South Jamaica, Queens looked like in the 90s. It's a different time, definitely a different era. Names was changing, blocks was changing. But one thing I'm gonna say, right? South Jamaica, Queens was different. You had to be from South Jamaica, or you had to be from Queens to know what was going on in Queens. They ran at yo, what up, Black, what up? Ivan was popping. You had to really be from Queens because their business wasn't out there as much. We all was educated with Queens after the cop was shot. Southside Jamaica, Queens. That's when we got introduced to the Fat Cats, the Corley brothers, Supreme Prince. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? What we knew about Jamaica, Queens was the Coliseum, goats. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? That's what we knew. Shirt Kings. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Shirt Kings. They was a tight unit who business. As crazy as no matter how much money these guys took, your OG Charlie was popping. No matter how much money these guys made, how many cars they had, and they was coming uptown. They wasn't stashed away in Queens. They was at the rooftop. They was at the Fever. They was at all the hot spots that the people that y'all speak about, Willie Burgers. They was at the red door, the black door, whatever door you want to name it. They was there. They was at the Latin quarters. They was there. But they was a little smart when it came to their business being leaked all city. This may educate you a little bit more, right? MobStyle, and this is no disrespect to anybody on the West Side, it's like the Backstreet Boys, a made-up group. You know, you put together a boy band, yo, you come here, let's go. That's what it looked like MobStyle was. Because, when I mean MobStyle, AZ, Rich, and Poe, the reason why I'm saying this for is because look how much treachery and how much victims they've been. Okay, you got A, he got shot in the head, he told. Rich, you know, rest in peace, Rich Porter. They kidnapped his brother. They robbed Rich. You know what I'm saying? Definitely OG Charlie. I be knowing. Shout to the whole Southside Queens, Sutton Boulevard, Foch 118. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You feel me? We here. Queens is in the building. He was outside. OG Charlie was outside. Exactly. MobStyle was the music. But when it came to the unity and the names, you have to go back to, they was making just as much money as dudes was making uptown in Queens. I mean, we knew about Queens. You know what I'm saying? W. Harmon in the building. We knew about Queens through, because somebody keeps saying the King of New York. So we're going to talk about the Kings of New York. You know what I'm saying? That's what the show's for. The Kings of New York, because y'all see DVDs, you don't understand what Supreme Team played to all this. They was making as much money as dudes was making uptown. They was hanging uptown. They wasn't tucked away in Queens. What y'all knew about Queens was a rap battle, most of y'all. Between KRS-One and MC Shan. Y'all know more about Queensbridge than anything else. Y'all know more about Left Rack City because of Norvina. But the South Side was Baby Harlem. Southside, Sufton, Rockaway, Kabul. You understand what I'm saying? Those blocks were cities. Now, I'm not shitting on Uptown. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, Black Justice was originally from Harlem. But he took his millions in Baisley. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Black Justice took his millions in Baisley. You know, it's a difference in the geographics. It's just my view. Your views, and I'm gonna respect your view because we all have a difference of opinions. You know what I'm saying? I just know that by me hanging out on the South Side, I got to realize more about the geographics. Yo, they had it together. Don't get it twisted. Dudes is passing away too, allegedly. There was things going on, but they was more organized. They was more on point. They was more on time when it came to the streets. Like Prince didn't tell. Cream didn't tell. Bimmy ain't tell. A bunch of dudes ain't never tell. So you understand what I'm saying? Y'all can say about Fat Cat, but Fat Cat a little older than them, you know what I'm saying? They never told. Now we go back uptown. We take that car right uptown. There's a lot of dudes that told. Yeah. To the Preem team. Rich Porter has a baby mother that's from Queens. Harlem Devils in the building. Yeah, big ass. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Queens had a lot of dudes, like Big Archie. He was going to Binghamton from the north side. Queens had the GM family, Marley and them was coming on state. Like Mikey B and them, salute to Mikey B. They had it together, man. Shout out to 40 Projects, you know what I'm saying, Grandmaster Vic, you know what I'm saying? We're just here because I think the people are getting things misconstrued. They believe the kings of New York is people that say whatever they say. The kings of Harlem, there's no kings. You understand what I'm saying? There's no kings. It's just who had a good run. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put these titles on these dudes because of movies and DVDs and what a book might say. But we know what the reality is. You understand what I'm saying? He said that in the movie. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Now, did Preem tell? He could have told. Did Prince tell? He could have told. You see what I'm saying? Prince would be free right now if he told. They want them cold cases, allegedly. They want them cold cases. And Prince right now said, yo, you know what, man? I'm tired of doing this jail time, man. I'm just going to give up them bodies. He'll tell. Don't get it twisted. There was dudes that was in the Preem team that told, but if Prince told, it'd be crazy. If Pappy tell, it'd be crazy. They took their time like a G. You know what I'm saying? Pappy ended the crack of it when he killed the cop. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pappy Mason. Maybe he ain't look at it that way, but I ain't gonna front. They ran a tight ship on the south side. You know what I mean? You can't get mad at them. Now, all didn't go sour uptown. We had good players uptown. We can't take away the Vaughn Zips. You can't take away the Big Daves. You know, they still solid to the game, right? Big Dave could have fed charge. He ain't never tell. You know, we had Bernie High. He never told. We had, you know, Goldfinger. He ain't never tell. We had a lot of players that don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Bob Lemon, he home now. He never told. So let's stop leaving, like, only 3 people made money uptown. A bunch of people took a lot of paper. A lot of people got to the bag. You know what I'm saying? But when you speak about the difference between the two crews, I would say the Preem team actually won that battle. Because there was no inside fuckery. There was no lineup. Like, that's like, the only inner little beef they had was Green Eye Born having the situation with Supreme and the situation with the chains and all that. There really wasn't too much. It wasn't like I lined you up and you died. You understand what I'm saying? When it came to the top figures of the Preem team, it wasn't like a brother-in-law killing 6 people in the crib. And it's funny because, oh boy, with them Bronx dudes, the Queens do what they did. You see how that shit ended, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we're dealing with a real error. And that's why I said, you know what, man, let me do, what's the difference between, because somebody asked me, what's the difference between the preem team and, yeah. But they was young too, preem them was young. You know what I'm saying? Because they changed the crack. Yeah, exactly. True school hitters, them dudes killed the probation officer and the cop. They was live wires. So we can't act like they whatever. You know what I'm saying? I like what True School said. Um, James Kill says MobStyle had youth. It was a win, but a downfall at the end. Them dudes killed the probation officer and a years later a rookie cop. They definitely changed the crack. They definitely changed the crack game on the drug crackdown on the drug game in New York City. Cops and city officials went crazy. The president made that call as a fact. Now they definitely have their own rules. Definitely shout out to Harlem, man. But the rules of engagement don't change. You understand what I'm saying? What went on the west side didn't go on the east side. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of that be bugging me out because that wasn't like somebody snatched Tone Lopez kids up. Remember he made rest in peace on Aunt White kids. Assassin BX was popping. I know I haven't been going live lately at this time of night, but I do now because I have time. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta do for the people. Yeah. The soldiers is better. Think about this, right? There wasn't that much cooperating. There wasn't too much fish grease shit. There wasn't. It was still the game. Now, we're speaking about a bunch of dudes. Now, what I think is what made the preem team so strong is that they all grew up together. So everybody basically knew their position from the ballparks. They all day ones. They all knew where they stood. They all knew where they stood, and the ones that jumped out the window, they was getting handled accordingly. That's how the game goes. That's rules of engagement of the game. There was rules set in place and blocks set in place, and dudes wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? They had some type of organization. I ain't gonna front. We're talking about the era when the average person that said that he smoked krills had a city job. Their custodies wasn't the welfare derelicts that be out there begging for money. Not saying people on welfare derelict, but the ones that be out there begging for cans. They had city workers, state workers. I would say from when I was a young guy, right? Crack was here already. Crack cocaine was here, but it was all part of the party era. So when it was here, 83, 84, people were still looking at it as sniffing coke. It was just smoking a rock. I would say around 83, 84. But it was still considered a party drug. It was still considered something new. 85, 86, 87, when them stems hit, the game was over. That's when the game was over. When the stems hit, it was over. When they stopped using all that ether and all the chemicals and all that craziness, the game was over. That's what I remember. I remember 87, it was on, you know what I'm saying? It was on an all-time, it was gone. Once some stems came, it was a wrap. It was automatic, 1, 2, 3, let's go, cop and go. Like I told you, the average working dude that was copping had a job. They worked for the state, the city, sanitation, some worked for the police department. Their customers was a working class customer. Think about Queens. The average person in Queens had a job. Long Island had a job. So you had dudes on a Friday night, you got 10 dudes at the table, they might blow 8,000. They whole check, a G a piece, MTA workers, jazz, you know what I'm saying? The clientele changed. Remember, the same clientele that was doing the crack was doing the coke. The powder. The game changed. They caught a real flow. I'm trying to tell you, the customers was mailmen, sanitation. It wasn't what it turned into the 90s where dudes lost their jobs and they were selling TVs and the whole living room was clearing out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had their own flow. I think Fat Cat was more like a plug. He was putting them on to how to get them things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think what Fat Cat was. Fat Cat was playing the plug. Yeah. Back you gotta think about it. Eight balls back in the days cost 350. You know what I'm saying? Now you had dudes that was able to bring that down to a buck 50. That's a win. The people that was purchasing this stuff, because remember, if I'm correct, Fat Cat dealt with more of that P funk. You know what I'm saying? Then the crack ever hit, and he probably got caught up with a little bit of that money. You know what I'm saying? But remember, he's the weight man, so he's orchestrating and pioneering. You know what I'm saying? If I'm right. Now I could be wrong here. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Fat Cat Nichols got to say. You know, it's some powerful shit we about to read to you, man. Fat Cat. Every man has an appeal. Hold on. Now, Fat Cat trying to go home from jail. Convicted cop killer Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols offers sincerest apologies to victims in letter. He's trying to go home. Let me say what's going on, Mario. Um, this was March 26, 2010. Fat Cat Nichols, who ordered the execution of his parole officer. This is why parole first began to acting weird because of Fat Cat, who ordered the execution of his parole officer, said he's just a shell of his former violent self and expects to remain in jail for life. I came to prison a brazen young man in my 20s, and now I'm a humble, middle-aged man, 51. I have nothing but time to ponder my misdeeds, Nichols says in a letter to Daily News. The victims of my activities, I offer my deepest regret and sincerest apology, he wrote. But Patrolman Benevolent Association President Patrick Lynch dismissed the missive as an apology of convenience. We can't go back in time and resurrect all the victims of this murdering mutt, Lynch said. The only reason he stopped bringing death by guns and drugs to our streets is because we arrested and jailed him. Nichols pleaded in 1992 to the murder of his 34-year-old parole officer, Brian Rooney. Nichols ordered in 1985, now think about this, what I just said, 1985, somebody asked me when did crack hit in New York City. I said around 83, 84, 85. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, this wasn't the crack money flow. This was the powder flow, and this was the dope flow that Fat Cat was getting, allegedly. Because Rooney sent him to prison for a parole violation. He was also linked to the slaying of NYPD cop Edward Byrne, who was executed while sitting in his patrol car in South Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to Southside. The hit was carried out by a four-man team and ordered by jailed drug kingpin Howard Pappy Mason. Authorities believe Nichols was Mason's street boss, sanctioned the killing. But exactly, you know Louis Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's his IG, James? I don't know what's IG, brother. Hell yeah. Was convicted, but Nichols was never charged. In this letter, Nichols bristled at the idea that authorities still connect him to Burns' killer. It's crazy because Fat Cat never had association with that. That was Pappy bugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised someone hasn't placed me on the glassy. No yet, Dallas said yet. You know what I'm saying? No, Nichols is serving concurrent sentences of 25 to life at the maximum security prison in upstate. He was with Bobby Smurder. Remember, he's with Bobby Smurder. He only had 25 to life. He did the 25. You know what I'm saying? He's also doing time for a separate federal drug conviction, a sentence that ends in 2026. Do you know what that means? Fat Cat can possibly be out of jail in the next 5 years. If it says, but the feds, remember, his time is running. All this time is running. Like, it's not like the time stops. His time is running. Fat Cat would be on the street in 5 years if he make a parole board. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because he wouldn't get himself more time. You know what I'm saying? Fat Cat is crazy. Now, this is where the story gets deep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got caught in that car shit with son from Detroit. Son from Detroit with the car joint. You know what I'm saying? Now, we here in the street, shout out to South is making Queens. That's my view. I think the Supreme team. Oh, Bootsy. Yeah, son. Yes, son. Yeah, got you. The one that was on Queen's Flip. Definitely shout out to Queen's Flip for doing this job. You know what I'm saying? It's some deep shit I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I got something else to reach you. But man, you know, from the era, man. Just from the era. Just to give you some due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Just work with me. Work with me 1 second. Yeah, because you know I be going old school on you. You know what I'm saying? Howard Pappy. Now look at this. Howard Pappy Mason, who wasn't Jamaican, created. Let's rather get into that. Harry Pappy Mason is an American drug trafficker and organized crime figure. Pappy Mason is partner of Lorenzo Fat. They met in jail, to be honest with you. Them niggas, they met in jail before the last time he came home. Howard Pappy Mason made a drug smuggling gang called the Bebos in Jamaica, Queens, neighborhood in New York City. The gang sold drugs and netted as much as $200,000 per month in profit. They was making money. They was making uptown money. You know what I'm saying? Go back to Mason, Pappy. We go on to December 7th, 1989. Witness in Pappy Mason trial admits crimes and addiction. The prime witness against Howard Pappy Mason on trial in the murder of a police officer was in tears yesterday as she admitted being a drug addict and a thief willing to lie to avoid death and injury. Under cross-examination by defense lawyer Howard C. Batchelor Jr., the 42-year-old witness, Viola Nichols, was his Fat Cat's sister. Because she started, I guess, smoking krills. confessed to the violations of a plea agreement with prosecutors and using her government stipend to smoke crack. Miss Nichols has testified intensively about what she said was Mr. Mason's crack and cocaine ring. On Monday, she told the jury in federal district court in Brooklyn that Mr. Mason had ordered a police officer killed because another officer had embarrassed him in front of his gang. Boycott in holding cell. Mr. Mason, 31, faces. Hell yeah, he was American. He was American like a cheeseburger. He just created this Rastafarian figure. The Rastafarians was like most people were scared of Rastas. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never lied, Clyde. You know what I'm saying? Mason faces racketeering and drug conspiracy, including the killing of Officer Edward Burns. 22 in February 1988. In 1988, we talk about 1988. It was crazy. They was making this money in 88. Queens was, think about this, Queens is where the working class lived at. Queens, New York is where the working class lived. Queens, New York. Now I'm going to tell you something. You would think I would be talking about Harlem, right? But in 1988, 89 in Harlem, it was disgusting. They snatching kids up. They shot A in the head. They killed Kevin Child's mom before. It was a disgusting conversation uptown. But in Queens, they're killing cops and parole officers. This is insane. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Hell yeah, doing this speech. You know what I'm saying? Pappy Mason faces charges of racketeering and conspiracy, including the killing of Officer Edward Burns in February 1988, while he was guarding the house of a witness in a drug case in South Jamaica, Queens. Mr. Mason, who last appeared in court on Monday morning, continued to stay in a cell where he could watch the trial on closed-circuit television. The prosecution rested its case yesterday, and Mr. Batchelor is to begin his defense today. Mrs. Nichols is the sister of an admitted drug dealer and murderer, Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, who reportedly helped establish Mr. Mason in the drug business in Jamaica, Queens. 7 felonies after plea deal since pleading guilty to drug charges in August 1988 and agreeing to cooperate with prosecutors. Mrs. Nichols has committed at least 7 felonies involving drugs and has lied to at least 1 juror, she said. She also admitted credit card fraud, fake check schemes, and tax and welfare fraud. Under the plea deal, Mrs. Nichols faces up to 20 years in prison when Judge Edward R. Coleman sentenced her before the agreement. She had faced a life sentence. This is the South Side, man. I have to take it back to 89. Now let's see. Did Fat Cat did? Because this Google thing is crazy. Fat Cat tell on Pat B. Mason. Well, we could say that Viola told on him. Pappy's sister. Fat Cat's sister told on him. Pappy Mason was found guilty of 11 drug-related conspiracy charges, including the murder of Officer Byrne. The prosecutor's star witness, Viola Nichols. Fat Cat's sister told the court that Pappy had arranged the officer's murder. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely testified against him. Oh shit. This is one to read. An accomplished in 1985 murder of NYC parole officer was parole release. This was September 7th, 2020. A state parole officer will soon have his unenviable task of supervising an ex-con who lured another parole officer to his death 35 years ago. And the latest decision sparked outrage over convicted killing being cut close. The parole board has authorized the release later this month of Perry Bellamy, who set up the 1985 murder of parole officer Brian Rooney, 34, for $5,000 in blood money. So for $5,000, a parole officer got hit. Release of Bellamy is breaking the trust and united resolve that must exist between the board and the parole officers, said Wayne Spence, president of the State Public Employees and Federation, which represents New York's 1,000 parole officers. Instead of standing by us, the board has sent a signal that it does not have our backs, that our professionalism and our lives don't matter. On October 10th, you talk about 1985. So when you're saying when crack was hitting, these years we talking about. So you understand what I'm saying? Kevin Chow says the crack ever started to him in 1990. It's about 85. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? This is 85 we're talking about. On October 10th, 1985, Bellamy, an associate of the infamous Queens drug lord Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, arranged to meet Rooney near Baisley Palm Park in South Jamaica by claiming to have information about one of his cases. You know what I'm saying? Mention one of those cases. There was a hit squad acting on Nichols' orders, pulled up alongside Rooney's car and opened fire, killing him with 5 shots. The motive, authorities said, was revenge for Rooney having locked up Nichols for following a drug arrest while he was on parole in the earlier drug case. Although Nichols, this was in the New York Post actually. Nichols maintained that he only wanted Rooney wounded, not killed. Nichols was serving 25 to life for Rooney's murder, plus another 40 years for federal murderer and drug conspiracy, racketeering charges. Meanwhile, his former top lieutenant is serving a federal life sentence on charges that include ordering an execution slaying at NYPD cop Edward Burnell, also shutting down the crack era. Hell yeah, see? You're doing it right. Get the years right. We're getting the years right. It was here. But you had to have money to get high. So most dudes in Queens had jobs. And let's go into the guys that killed the cops. Now you'll see them going more into the paperwork because it seems to be after arguing people back and forth. So now you hear about these guys that's doing all this murder and mayhem. And y'all keep talking about Alpo. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? There was more going on in the city. These years was a different time, 85, 86. Y'all keep talking about Alpo. I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I don't know how y'all keep talking about Poe. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? He went out of town for all that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on to Prince. You want to hear about Prince, right? Cream Team, Prince. Let's hear about Prince. Yo, Ronnie was popping. Queens was a different animal back there. Different monster. Yeah, I heard Poe had some dudes in Corona, Queens, though. I heard that story before, though. You know what I'm saying? But again, we're still talking about that guy like he the only one that got money. Hold on 1 second. That was around the Black Just era. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. You listen to the documentaries, but that was the Black Just era. That Just was bringing them dudes uptown. The dudes was, when they had to get work, they'd go holler at dudes. You know what I'm saying? That was the Black Just. Poe did not have a spot on the South Side. Believe that. He just dudes was just getting work from dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you can't find that. And now, son, remember he was doing his numbers at one point in time. He's just rapping 50, just talking. Yeah, I mean, he had work over here, but don't get it twisted. There was also another Alpo in Queens. You know what I'm saying? There was another Alpo in Queens. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know if it's my Alpo from uptown or Alpo that was from Queens. The one that shot the captain of the depth on the island. There was two Alpos. It just wasn't Alpo from uptown. You know what I'm saying? That's just be. I'm just telling you for what I know. I don't know Alpo will have a work on the South Side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? But I know I heard about some shit. He was messing with dudes that was in Corona though. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, he wasn't a factor in the conversation. Like dudes would say, "Yo, he over here killing them." You know what I'm saying? But back to the Queens. There was another Alpo that was in Queens. A lot of you may not know. Black had nothing to do with the twins. No Alpo on the east side was back. Then I'm fully. Oh, so who said the first time? Alright, copy. Oh, so Paul had so you know what I'm saying? No Alpo from the east side. I was around. So what Alpo you talking about? The one from Queens, right? Black just had nothing to do with the twins. No Alpo from the east side. Oh, Alpo. So Alpo was hitting the twins then. You see the Alpo from the east side was hitting the twins. Alright. I know he's hitting some niggas that was in Corona. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's all in the connection with each other. You know what I'm saying? I heard that before. He was blessing some niggas in Corona with mad birds. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he from 105th. I never heard that he had work on the south side though, so that's sort of new to me, you know what I'm saying? Cosmo Bay, you heard that shit before? You heard Poe had work on the south side? I heard about Corona, but I never knew about the south side. I never knew he was blessing niggas on the south side. I never knew that. You know what I'm saying? So you just educated me on something, because I would have thought it was another Poe, because I never knew that Poe had work out there. You know what I'm saying? I know that Black Just had bought some uptown niggas. I know that he bought Big J. I know personally. Knowledge Born and them niggas was fucking with Just, and there was a kid from uptown that was fucking with them. My man, you know what I'm saying? My man Big J. Big J. You know what I'm saying? Big J used to fuck with Boosie B. You know what I'm saying? When you heard the Boosie B mixtapes with the Rooftop, Big J, he was on the south side with them niggas too. But what Jay told me was when he went to the south side, it was because of Black Just. He didn't say because of Alpo. He was like, yo, but when we went to the south side, Jamaica Queens was Black Just. You know what I'm saying? So that's I know him. I know Fat J. If you know Boosie B, you know I'm talking about Big Fat J from uptown by like Washington Heights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My man Knowledge Born, He used to fuck with son of them. What's son name? The Moore brothers. Was Crackina was that's what I remember, bro. Cause I remember my man never said he was out in the South Side Jamaica Queens fucking with Poe though. He was like, yo, I fuck with Black Just. Everybody was fucking with Just. You know what I'm saying? That's what I remember. You know, but I remember my man saying Poe had work in Corona. I'm not saying the twins wasn't fucking with him. They might have been getting work for the nigga, but what block was the twins on anyway? You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I'm saying now I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, so you know I'm talking about Mark Miller. You know I'm talking about Big Fat J. Fat J. They call him Jay the Bodyguard. Yeah. He used to come to Albany, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So you know I know what I'm talking about. Now what brought Jay out there was Just. You know what I'm saying? Alpo ain't being Fat J out there, but Just. Because Jay and them, they always on suffering. Bingo. See? He had work off of Farmers Boulevard in South Can Do It. Makes sense because he used to fuck with LL. That was his man. You know what I'm saying? That's the north side. But isn't that the north side? Yeah. Oh, I got you. So the twins is fucking with Poe. Okay. That's crazy because them niggas definitely kept that shit as a tiny secret. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about. That was definitely a tiny secret. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you know what it is though. You know. That's the South Side, but you know what it be? Somebody else will put their name on something. So they might not say Poe had to work and was blessing him. It might be the niggas went through a Queens nigga to get that work out there. Cause I'm not gonna sit here and say that them niggas knew Alpo had work on the South Side and them niggas just let him eat. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be a Queens nigga. Those niggas was not saying Alpo gave them niggas some work. You know what I'm saying? Niggas had to know that, yo, yeah, Poe was hitting them with work. Because I can't see that. They was killing each other for that Queen Team shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit here and believe that Alpo had a block on the South Jamaica Queens. I know, you know what I'm saying? No, this is, know what I'm saying? And I know, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know Cosmo Bay? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I'm saying that for, because the stories I heard from being in the rest of them, you know what I'm saying? They had to put their name on that. Like, you know how them niggas work. They wasn't screaming that. Like, yo, we getting our work. They wasn't screaming that, yo, maybe Poe came through and, yo, what's up? And threw a peace sign up in the car and all that. But I can't see that Poe was giving them niggas work when they was killing each other. Yep. Yeah, I know. I heard of Tommy Mickens. You know what I'm saying? He home now. He do the physical. He does that physical fitness shit. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin'? You know, if I was poppin' Flair, yeah, I heard Tommy Mickens. He does the physical fitness shit. That's Tommy Montana. Yeah, we here. You know what I'm saying? That's who I knew at that time. Because when actually, you know what? Mark Miller, what year you talking about, Mark Miller? You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, are you talking about the Seaguard era, when Seaguard and niggas was running around? It depends on what year you talking about, because I heard, I ain't gonna front, I did hear that Alpo was hitting niggas in Corona. I heard that. I heard that's one thing niggas said, nah, see, some nigga named Wise, some God body nigga. Alright, so you from over there by like, what? Tommy had the grocery store and all that. Because Tommy had the grocery store and all that. He had the block. Was he like, because Tommy Mickens, we used to pump with Poe. Which Poe you talking about? Cosmo Bay? You talking about the Queens one or Harlem one? The one that everybody should talk about, Seagull. Seagull was getting money like in the 90s. He's one of the, I guess after Queen got and Prince got snatched, those were like the newer names that was on the block, like Seagull and the rest of them. Alright, boom, yeah. That's what you talk about. You Nitty and Web, you know what I'm saying? Queens is mad big, but you got different hoods. South Jamaican Queens is big, but it's small. You understand what I'm saying? Like you got, you know what I mean? You got Sufton, you got Rockaway, you got Brewer, you got Rockstell. Like he said, you got, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know what I'm saying? You got different areas. I'm not saying what he's saying is he freestyle. He ain't. He probably was blessing the twins. You know what I'm saying? Or you from something, so you know. So, you know what I'm saying? So you would know if there was work from Poe. Yeah, Rockaway Boulevard. See? You know what I'm talking about. My man's living in the bricks, Basie Plaza. That's 142. That's 142 and something, right? Basie Plaza, where there's a name of a few, my man Black from there, my man Pook Dogs is from there. You from Merrick Boulevard. Boom. Exactly. See what I'm saying? See? So, you know what I'm saying? Pookie's from there, G to B from there, Zoo Bang from there, my man Black from there. You know what I mean? So I know you talking about 142, Baisley Gardens. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, the Q44 brings you to Main Street. And then from Main Street, you hop on the 7, and from the 7, you know what I'm saying? Yep. But no, Rockaway and something, that's 121, I believe. But then it's on Rockaway, 141, 142. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Lucille finally made it home, no doubt. I like having this conversation, but again, this is you know what's real? Because he's 50-something years old, so he was definitely outside. You know what I'm saying? Was popping, New York fans, so was popping. He definitely was outside, and I like this because I never knew that Poe had work on the South Side. That's news to me. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say it wasn't happening because Poe was hitting niggas. You know what I'm saying? He had work and wash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had work and wash. You know what I'm saying? Like 142, alright. You from Lordton originally, from Brownsville houses in Edgemere. I told you, you know I always say that shit? I always said, them fucking Far Rock niggas is like Brownsville niggas. This is a great show. Mark Miller, I'm happy you pulled up though. But still, like I was saying, there was more figures in New York than just somebody saying, I'm the king of New York or I'm the king of this. There was more kings. I think, to me, my eyes, Supreme Team, they was more organized. I think they had more territory. I think things were coordinated a little more different. You know what I'm saying? Yep, in the 40s. But you know Big J who I'm talking about. You know Big J, because Big J used to be on Charles Street. Because I got fun. If I'm right. Black Just had ties to like 12th and 13th Street. You know what I'm saying? You from where Joffrey from, facts. Now I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit. Shout out to Amsterdam Towers, American Boulevard's Linden, RP Scar Boulevard, Rockwell something is where Sean Bell is from. Rest in peace to the S. Man, Gloria says that. Mike Miller, too many keepers and killers, but the Supreme Team had short runs. Their whole career, you ain't never lie. You know what I'm saying? Supreme Team had a team. A was solo hitting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Queen's Outpost. Shout out, rest in peace to the Queen's Outpost. Yo, Zeke needs to interview them Chauncey BBAs. Yeah, I'm gonna find them cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at my man Miami Moon. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we getting back gritty in the streets, you heard? Yo, we all the way in Queens right now. You know what I'm saying? This is what we talking about. Rest in peace, you know. Feel free G to B if he ain't home yet. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to everything in the bricks. He ain't here with the word. I don't know, I was on the alley with him. I think he cut a dep or a captain. He came up in court with the case he shot him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Queens, I'll put from Queens in for some work. Yeah. It was it's because I know that, you know what I'm saying? So it was some real shit, man. Yeah, shout out to my man Job, my man Chopper, you know the whole fam, 118th, Something Boulevard, you know 116th, Something Boulevard, 115th, Something Boulevard, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fox, you know, like the Fox family, you heard? You know what I'm saying? My guy, H Money Bags, Corey Lashley, and all of them. We here, we in the building, my man Ty. Yeah, it's a dirty game, man. Scar dance, so Scar Valentine Rob Slab. And that's what that shit happened with him in front of them projects. MobStyle was a bunch of rappers against a team of organized killers out of 5 buildings in Basement. You ain't never lie. They told him not to rob him. Hell yeah. It's everybody got every borough has they Bronx, they do the swiping. Queens, they sell loosies. Shout out to the Dirty Bloods on Sufton and Archer. They keep it official. They always out there by the dollar cabs. This is for real, man. The last of the Dirty Bloods. Yeah, I was outside, man. Shout out to the LFM. There's a spot over there. What's the name of the spot? They call it the Door or Door. The doors are by Rockdale, right? The Door is by Rockdale. And there's another restaurant that's off the highway. Off the Can't Do It. Yeah, something the 121 is also the building. It's a fact. The little Mac Ballers be over there. You know what I'm saying? My man, he fuck with them too. You know, Mikey, you know what I'm saying? Stop on the E-train. Why the prizes say Nick was wild as hell? That's a fact. Wagner was crazy. He said Nick was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Definitely shout out to Wifey. You know, Westside St. Louis. We here. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? We're getting things right. We're preparing things to be right. We're getting this shit right, man. Piece by piece. We're bringing the history together. You know what I'm saying? I never knew he had Pope work on the South Side. You just educated me with the twins. You know what I'm saying? Never knew that. But I'm pretty sure I never knew. You know what I'm saying? But we can't say it didn't happen. Definitely Purple City 122nd. See, you be knowing Mark Miller, my man KC and all of them, man. He had the van and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's funny when people talk about Purple City, right? You know what I'm saying? When people talk about Purple City, they don't even know they have blue tops. You know what I'm saying? But definitely shout out to KC and everybody that kept it real by his side and all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know, Taino Wagner. Word. My man little Pee Wee and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different time, man. It's a different time, man. We here. We here. Hell yeah. Damn, they burnt up her body. Wow. Yo, Brooklyn Cats is crazy. Cause they did the same thing to Kevin Webb's little brother. They kidnapped him, chopped him up, threw him on the highway, some stupid shit like that. And you did some weird shit with Kevin Webb. But the rest in peace, you know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Gigi. He got caught in the situation, but Kevin Webb's little brother, man, he got shamed some crazy. Brooklyn Cats be wildin' when they try to body you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was crazy. Now Bob Lemon home now. He home. He made it home. Bob Lemon home now, bro. Bob Lemon is home. You heard? But this is a great show, man. Like I like what somebody said. MobStyle was a rap group. MobStyle was a rap group. And Leo was Papa. Salute. He made it home. You know what I'm saying? MobStyle was a rap group, and the Supreme Team was the real deal. It's a difference in the geographics. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to everybody that ever worked with the Movie Muscle Movies. My man Sonny, good guy. My man Rob Clip, good guy. The good guys that I never mentioned a lot. You know what I'm saying? My man Chopper used to come through and help me sometimes. My man Chopper City. Dudes used to help me with the moving company. We were at the moving company. You know, my man Swag. You know, Felly MMB. Definitely salute to Today's Thoughts. Salute to you, King. I've been rocking with you. No doubt. I've been rocking with you too. Exactly. The doors on Basie and Gabu. That's a fact. I go there to get the Jamaican food. But where's the other spot at? That is off the highway. Off of man. Is that the Conduit? They said Tommy Mickens People's only. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? But it's a restaurant off the Conduit. I think it's a soul food. Is it Jamaican spot or it's a soul food spot? It's off the Conduit. Yes. You know what I'm talking about. Copy. If I could get some, I get somebody to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I had to go there too, lose soul food. I think it was a soul food spot off the North Conduit. That's a fact. Shout out to LFM, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Shout out to the whole LFM, you know what I'm saying? Cross the tracks, you know what I'm saying? All those Crips on that side, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my villas on you know, Southern Boulevard, you know what I'm saying? That being said, man. Oh, that's the fish house, right? Be surprised what I know. It was a spot my man Chap used to bring me to right there off the highway. Yeah, Crystal. Shout out to Crystals. Word. You had the LF fam. Was that the Lightfoot or Light? Then you had the LB fam. Definitely. Shout out to the LF fam. You know what I'm saying? Good, the LF fam and the LB fam. Crazy. Shout out to everything with the Andrew Jackson. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Yeah, I know a couple of people because a lot of them was in Albany. That was part of that LF fam. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew Gazoo and all of them. Like Nicki Minaj's husband, I know him. I was locked up with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a Long Foundation, yep. I knew him, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know Long, but I knew a bunch of dudes that was around, like Black and all them, that handshake, that, you know what I'm saying? They used to be doing with you know what I'm saying? You had that Queens handshake. Yo, Queens had their own handshake, this clap thing. You know what I'm saying? Kazoo, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They be doing all this all day. Or some craziness. There's some weird, you know what I'm saying? Salute to the YB, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I knew a couple of them, not all of them, but dudes that was affiliated with that at least, you know what I'm saying? Like G to B and them, because they're from that side. Facts. You do that handshake. What's that Queen shit? They be doing all that. But then the Lost Boys do the same thing too. The handshake. Yep. Yeah, they do that handshake. Boom, 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 boom. What's poppin'? Yo, Nut, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? Nut, what's poppin'? 21 good salute. What's poppino, nigga? Shout out to my Queens Crew GM fan, man. Shout out to Poop Dogs and all of them, man. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? They had that handshake. J. Cool. That's my man J. Cool, my nigga Malik and all of them, man. Happy birthday, Malik. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? Yo, King Crip was poppin', was poppin'. That's, he had that handshake. I don't know who had it because they all did it. LB fam and LF fam. This shit with their hands. Hell yeah. Nah, I never met YB for Rochester now. Which YB? No. Which YB? YB in New York? Talking about the Bop nigga? Yeah, I seen him on the, talking about him, I seen him on a visit on Rikers Island. I might have knew Mustafa. Yeah. My man Chop brought me over there, you know what I'm saying? Definitely go support Chanel 9. She has a thing off of what's that, 167 or 162 in Sufton, right by Archer. She has like a boutique or whatever she's doing over there. Definitely shout out to that, you know what I'm saying? It's a fact, you know what I'm saying? I think it's 162, he said it, 162 or 167 off of Sufton Boulevard. I know, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, Supreme Team over MobStyle, no disrespect to Harlem. That's all I want to hear. With that being said, I gotta go. I salute y'all. Your nut was popping, was popping. Was popping. You know, my IG is Z Black Feed the Wolves. Let's get in tune. Let's get in touch. We here in New York. I had to do this live. Yep, I had to do this live. You know what I'm saying? I had to do this live. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Lashley family. Shout out to Nori, Young Relly, M. Dot, everybody. You know what I'm saying? We in the building, man. With that being said, man, shout out to the Lashley family. Shout out to Southside. You heard? Now, I never been to that, you know what I'm saying? But salute to the chat. Shout out to my man Zoe, you know what I'm saying? 115 something, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Shout out to New York. Exactly. Shout out to the Long family. If I'm right, did Long pass away with some situation that happened with Maserati? I appreciate that. I'm going to the notes now because I think people that be hearing me talk, so I'm going to go into the artifacts, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Thanks. Shout out to Money D for that because Money D gave me the insight on, you know, I talked to Money D and I talked to people like What You Jackin' podcast and my man J.E. Moneybags who's telling me to go more deep into the content. So now I'm going more deep into the content. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. I got to go. Yo, one love, man. Oh, Long still living, no doubt. I thought Long died because I know some situation. I know Maserati, rest in peace, Mozzie. That shit was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they saw out their handshake stuff. That became the official Southside shit. You know, all them Southside niggas, both sides do all this. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out to the South Jamaica Queens. Shout out to LB fam across the tracks. That being said, Cosmo Bay, I'm out.